Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We got our next matchup here against Devin. He's playing Kinemon, so as you can tell, this has been a tournament I played against a lot of Kinemon. And it's great practice. I need the practice for the upcoming Treasure Cups. But, ladies and gentlemen, I got the biggest smile on my face right now. We did it. We got 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And I was looking back at everything, and it was just so crazy to think about. I just made a post last month on March 24th about how thankful I was we had reached 500 subscribers. And within a month, we are at 1,000. I mean, that is insane. I can't say thank you enough. The channel has doubled in size. A lot of people have been just leaving extremely amazing, very nice comments, and thank you for, just leaving a like on the video as always, guys, and being subscribed to the channel. It means the world, and I'm just super excited to see where it goes. And my man Devin's got the biggest dice ever, and we both, sorry, I started banging the table because I was laughing using two hands. So he's gonna go, he's gonna get it, and I think he goes second, if I'm not mistaken. But oh my gosh, this was a fun match. He and I were having a great time, just kind of back and forth, laughing and talking about different things. So a lot of fun, and I'm just always happy that at these locals matches, I end up getting, some really fun people to play against, and it's the card game's already fun enough, but now you add in, good people with it, and it's just a great time. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get it started. So turn one, obviously gonna play that Nami, you know what I mean? And we're gonna take a little look-see. We do have the Zoro or a Sanji that we could pick up, and I choose to take the Zoro in this matchup, and I'll just go ahead and pass it over to him. But he's got Kinemon, so there's that Okiku, and now Okiku is so annoying. Gosh, I hate that card. But we're at 3 Dawn. I'll go ahead and swing for 5, and then I'll swing 5 with Nami. Now, looking back at it, it actually ended up, in my opinion, being kind of bad that I did the 5 with Nami here. Normally, this is what I would do every single time. But looking back at it, I think after watching the video before starting the recording this, I always like briefly watch my videos. Very briefly. I kind of like skim through and skip through, some of the things. But I feel like I should have played the Zoro, because I think I would have been able to get his Okiku to swing, and this Okiku just ends up being super sticky on the board and really, really annoying. But I think my train of thought was saving the Zoro for taking care of the Okiku once it swung. But, Devin's a smart player. He's not gonna just waste his Okiku, and I stand corrected. I thought that he didn't swing on this turn, and I was I was misinformed. I thought when I looked back that the Okiku just stayed alive for a really long time. Oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe it's because I'm bad. I think I might have done like something here that was just so stupid. Oh, did I brick this? I totally bricked that. Yep, Nami going back down to the bottom. Oh God, now I want to know, because when I watched this through, it felt like Okiku was there forever. Yeah, I swung 6 here. What am I doing? And then I just choose to swing another 6. I'm getting 2k counters out of his hand, but that Okiku is so inconvenient. I don't know why I thought that I would just be able to get rid of it pretty easily. Yeah, he chooses to use Izo, and now I've basically just given him full board clear potential. I don't have an answer for Okiku if it's rested, or excuse me, if it isn't rested. Yeah, yikes. I would have liked to get that out of the way, because that card is extremely, extremely annoying to deal with. And look at this. I take his giant dice and I set it up for our life. It's kind of funny, though, that we end up forgetting about the dice. And he'll swing 6 at Zoro here, but tap the Nami. And yeah, I could counter out of it if I wanted to. Not sure if I should, though, so I think I just let it die, if I'm not mistaken. But he does have 4 Dawn left over, and he also has leader, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and let it die. Because I could just let his leader take care of it, but I figured just leader, take care of Nami, and then he puts down whatever he's got. Not liking exactly how I played this at the very beginning, but it is what it is. And he passes here with 2 Dawn active, and it's kind of hilarious. Looking back at this, I actually forgot that Paradise Waterfall was a thing. I always think of 2 Dawn, I'm like, oh, okay, he has Punk Gibson, that's cool. So I'll just swing 5 first, test the waters, and I decide to go for 6 here. So I swing 6 to test the waters, and then I'll play a rush card and go for it. And he Paradise Waterfalls the Okiku. I was like, I'm an idiot. Why do I even play this game? I'm so dumb. I should have just went for, you know, the 5-drop Luffy, take it out, or yeah, something just to get rid of the card, because now he can rest my Kingdu, and that's even more inconvenient. But swinging a Kingdu is not exactly what he, you know, truly wants to do, because he's gonna end up having to he's gonna have to use a lot of Dawn to get some damage on the Kingdu. So I mean, I'm not terribly upset with putting that down, but definitely let this Okiku live for far too long. I mean, it's basically been controlling the game. So he will choose to rest 4 here. He'll play Yamato, and now he's got 7 at Kingdu, which I will counter out of, and then he will also have 7 at Okiku if he chooses to. But I don't know. Swinging with the Okiku is not a terrible idea, but since it's already rested, you know, I can't imagine I don't have the counter in hand, but he does force a 2k out of my hand, so I guess it's not the worst situation that he could have thought of. And now we go up to 9 Dawn here, you know, the beautiful Whitebeard play, but I do got to get rid of that Okiku, so I swing 7 here, hoping that he just lets it go, and if he does, we finally got rid of the sticky Okiku, and mostly just because I played that poorly. But I'll go ahead and tap down Newgate. I'll go 8 at life, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he blocks this, but he could just take it. Yeah, but blocking it's smart, simply because next turn, Newgate's going to KO that killer all day. So smart to get rid of it, let it go, and now he's got some opportunity to try and get rid of Kingdu, but he also does have 10 Dawn, so in my mind, I'm thinking he wants to play 8-drop Odin, or he wants to play like 7-drop blocker, and so he does choose to swing for 9 here, leaving 7 up, and I am going to go ahead and use I think I used 2 2k counters to save it, because I'm thinking, like, what is the most inconvenient thing I can do for him trying to play that 7-drop card? And now, if anyone didn't notice from some of the previous matches where I made that mistake, one of my homies let me borrow his dice and put 2 next to my leader, showing that I'm at 7. So it's reminding me that I'm at 7 and that my opponent knows I'm at 7, so that I don't make any misplays and my opponent doesn't make any misplays. And I think I'm going to try and start doing that from now on whenever I'm playing this deck or playing Whitebeard in general, just so that both players know there is, you know, a bonus on the field that is lasting until my next turn. And yeah, he's feeling the pressure right now, though. He's like, do I swing heavy for the Kingdu, or do I just try and put down a 7-drop card? And yeah, he's mulling over it, but he chooses to go for 9 at Kingdu. I only have 2 cards in hand. I definitely don't have enough counter. So Kingdu's going to go here, but I'm trying to think about it just so that it makes it look like I potentially had the counters in hand. And he'll pass it over, go ahead and draw for turn. And Newgate is, yeah, he's going to have to do some work. He's going to have to put in some work here, because opponent's got 4 life. We also know that, you know, I feel like it was pretty obvious, but it felt like he was really trying to go for 7-drop there. But I will swing 6 at Yamato, and he does counter out with an X-Drake. I'll choose to go 9 at Yamato, which is pretty interesting. And he will counter out with 2 2Ks, an Izo and a Scratch Mana Poo. I'm like, wow, okay, I was not expecting that, but I'll go 10 at Yamato, and she goes. So finally got rid of the Yamato, but he does have 2 cards in hand. I'm pretty certain one of them's 7-drop Kid, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like fairly certain that it's 7-drop Kid. Yeah, but now he's trying to think like, okay, do I go for the Whitebeard or do I play the Kid? And I don't know. I feel like in this position, I think that the Kid would have been really nice. Like, try and go for 8 at Luffy. I did save 1 Dawn, though, trying to bait the Radical Beam. I'm not sure if I have it at this exact moment. I might. But he does go 15. I'm going to let the Newgate die. And, yeah. Yeah, we're just going to pass. He's going to pass it over. I'll go 6 at life. But I think that 7-drop would have been really nice for him here, because just being able to get that swing and block every single turn is pretty crucial. Yeah. And I go ahead and slap down another Newgate, though. I don't know if you saw the way I slapped it down. I was like, yeah, you killed it, but here it is again. Good luck, my friend. And it's definitely a really inconvenient card for green in this matchup. But we are up at 7,000 power at the moment, and he is going to choose to go 8 at Luffy. I will counter out. Those were my last 2 cards in hand, so I was baiting the Radical Beam, but I had Jozu and Vista to counter the Luffy up to 9. And he's got 7 Dawn to work with, but he's definitely in a bit of a pickle right now. Definitely in a bit of a pickle, you know? I think that I can't even think of a dream situation right here, but he does use Bonnie, and he's going to search out some cards, see if he can find something good, and it looks like he picks up another Bonnie, and he searches with that Bonnie. Now, if I remember correctly, in one of these searches, he bottom decked 2 Odins, and I think it was the first search. Bottom decked 2 Odins, and he was like, yeah, I wasn't able to find an Odin all game, so... And that card is super crucial. Super crucial for this matchup. But he does pick up a 3rd Bonnie, and I think he just passes here because he's got to save some Dawn for, you know, potentially like using Punk Gibson or Paradise Waterfall or something, just to try and bring up his his cost, or excuse me, his power to defend that life. And then, yeah, we're still at 4 life. We're looking very comfortable with the Luffy and Newgate on field. And I've only got 1 card in hand, I believe. I don't know why the camera angle has been, like, slowly getting lower and lower. I don't know if it's maybe because we were bumping into the table or not. But I do choose to just go for life here since I'm in a very comfortable position. With 4 life, I'm like, I don't really need to play anything. Granted, I only have 1 card in hand. But I don't really need to play much. I can just be aggressive and see what happens. So he does choose to take that, and I will go 10 at life. And I'm trying to remember if he's able to counter out of this or not. It looks like he is. So he goes Punk Gibson, and then so that's bringing him up to 9, and then he'll go 2 1Ks to go up to 11, and then I swing for 12 at life, just KOing one of the Bonnies, and I'll go ahead and pass. You know, I don't feel super threatened having, you know, this much on the board as well as 4 life, so I'm feeling pretty good. But I definitely think getting that 7 drop down earlier might have saved my man some trouble. You know, the life is important, but at the same time, I think that 7 drop would have just been crucial in trying to get rid of Newgate after the turn that it swings. Although, had he done that, I might not, depending on what he had played on board, I might not have swung with Newgate. No, I would have. Yeah, just now that I think about it, because he just reactivates the Kid after the end of each turn, so... it's a tough card. It's a tough card. I mean, I could Otama Jet Pistol it, but as you can see, we haven't had much cards in hand the entire game. But he does choose to play Killer, and, you know, this isn't much against Newgate, but he also does have a Beji, and plays the Momo, searches with the Momo, seeing if he could find some counter, potentially a Punk Gibson or something like that can help him out in this situation. But he does pick up Toki. Toki, unfortunately, isn't going to help in this situation because he doesn't have the Odin down yet. But realistically, there's not much he can do. He's got 3 cards in hand. And yeah, so I just put 2 underneath Newgate, I'm going to swing for 12, and he's going to have to veggie block that. And then we'll just slap the rest under leader. And yeah, good game. He did have that 7 drop there, though, and he was trying to get that down. I know he was trying to get that down, but I was making it inconvenient for him on certain turns, you know, playing on curve. But good match against my man Devin. Also, I didn't even mention this at the beginning, but God, is his mat beautiful. He got one of those duo player mats that's got Nami and Robin on it. So cool. I love it. I'm so jealous. I want one. You know, if anyone happens to have an extra one and they're like, hey, you know, let me send it to the LuffyTCG. The PO box is below, please. No, seriously though, thank you so much again, everybody. 1,000 subscribers, so cool. And I will see y'all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.